If two people are truly meant to be together, there is one clear pattern that always appears. Many people grow up believing that destiny feels easy, that it looks like instant happiness, like a fairy tale where two people meet and everything simply falls into place. They imagine life becoming lighter, problems disappearing, and love arriving without struggle. But real destiny never comes in such a simple form. True destiny often begins with disruption, with upheaval, with challenges that feel nearly impossible to understand. The universe does not gently hand you love. It tests you first, breaking illusions, reshaping your identity, and asking you to grow as an individual before the union can take shape. This is the one thing that always happens. Welcome to Never Give Up. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and select all notifications, because every video here has the power to shift your perspective and change your mindset. Destined love does not begin with comfort or peace. It starts with recognition, an undeniable and often confusing awareness. The first sign that someone is meant for you is not calm reassurance. It is a quiet and unsettling recognition. You meet them, and something inside you reacts before your mind can explain it. It is a feeling that sees you fully and unsettles you deeply, because destiny often shakes the foundation of your inner world. When you encounter someone meant for you, it is rarely peaceful at first. You may not feel safe, and certainty may seem far away, but that discomfort is often what destiny looks like. It feels unsettling not because the other person is wrong, but because they reflect back parts of you that you have hidden, avoided, or denied. These encounters force you to face your fears, your insecurities, and the patterns that have kept you from authentic connection. Most people mistake love for calm and predictability. Yet destiny often arrives like a storm, disarming you and leaving you shaken, reminding you that growth always comes before union. One of the most confusing things about destined relationships is why they rarely stay together at the beginning. Life almost always separates them, not out of cruelty, but out of necessity. Separation during these moments is purposeful. It happens because one or both people carry wounds that have not yet healed. One may fear vulnerability. Another may struggle with self-worth. Sometimes love is offered from a place of fear rather than wholeness. Even with good intentions, unfinished people hurt each other. The universe intervenes with a clear message. Not yet. It waits for growth, for self-discovery, and for maturity to prepare the hearts that will eventually unite. Destined love is patient, persistent, and transformative. It asks that you face yourself fully without shortcuts or distractions. Every challenge, every heartache, every moment of doubt is part of the preparation. The universe pulls you apart to show you what you truly need, to teach you how to love without expectation or dependence. When the time is right, the pieces will fall into place, but only after you have been reshaped into the person who can receive and sustain that love completely. This is destiny's secret. It molds, challenges, and strengthens before it rewards, ensuring that the union is lasting and meaningful rather than temporary. Finally, understand this. True destiny is never instant gratification. It is not a moment of sudden ease. It is a process, a journey of recognition, disruption, separation, and self-realization. When you feel unsettled by someone, when life pulls you apart from them, do not fear it. It can be a sign that destiny is at work preparing you for a love that is worth the wait, a love that transforms rather than simply comforts. Hold on, remain open, and trust the process. Because when two souls are truly meant to be together, the universe will eventually bring them back to each other, stronger, wiser, and ready for a love that lasts. You would ruin this if you allowed yourself to have it too soon. The pain of separation is not a mistake. It is part of the design. When people who are meant to be together are pulled apart, the suffering feels different from ordinary heartbreak. It is not just sadness or longing. It is disorientation. You do not just miss them. You feel as if a part of yourself is missing. That is because destined connections are not about comfort or ego. They are tied to your growth, your personal evolution, and the parts of yourself you still need to face. Losing them forces you to confront your fears, your insecurities, your unhealed wounds, and the habits that have kept you from becoming whole. The pain reaches every corner of your being. It pushes you to face your fear of abandonment, your need for validation, and the ways you may have sacrificed too much for love or attention. It reveals where you avoided emotional responsibility and where you gave too freely without boundaries. This is not punishment. It is a calling. The universe uses this pain to wake you up, to push you towards self-awareness, and to make you confront the patterns that have held you back from deeper connection. Destined love is not gentle. It is transformative, even when it speaks through silence, even when you cannot see it yet. Here is the strange part. Even after separation, even when there is no contact, even when every logical part of your mind tells you to move on, something inside you shifts. You change without realizing it at first. You grow. You become more aware, more selective, and more emotionally honest. Things you once tolerated suddenly feel wrong, and the people you once chased no longer hold the same appeal. Your desires shift from surface-level attention to depth, substance, and authenticity. You rarely connect this personal transformation directly to them, yet it begins the moment they enter your life. Destined connections do not create obsession. They create reflection, insight, and growth. Destined love leaves its mark quietly. You think of them not because of loneliness or longing, but because your soul recognizes unfinished lessons and inner growth that only they could awaken. You notice them during moments of reflection, emotional breakthroughs, and quiet nights when the world feels still. This is not attachment. This is integration, the subtle weaving of their influence into your personal evolution. You learn what you did not know you needed to learn. Slowly, without conscious effort, your life begins to shift in ways that prepare you for a deeper level of love and connection. And yet, no one can replace a destined connection. People try. They date others, distract themselves, and pretend they have moved on, but something often feels missing. Not because the new person is lacking, but because they do not trigger the same growth. Destined love operates on a different level. It is not about chemistry or convenience. It is about evolution, about pushing both people toward wholeness, about awakening lessons that ordinary relationships cannot reach. You cannot rush it, copy it, or replace it because its purpose is far deeper than companionship. It exists to challenge, teach, and transform both souls involved. While separated, destiny works quietly but powerfully on both individuals. One learns boundaries, the other learns accountability. One learns self-respect, the other learns emotional courage. One learns to stop chasing what cannot be forced. The other learns to stop running from what must be faced. Neither person sees the full picture yet, and that is intentional. The universe holds back the complete view until each soul has grown enough to handle the love waiting for them. This process is careful, deliberate, and necessary. It ensures that when these two paths meet again, the union is no longer fleeting. It becomes a lasting and transformative love built on the foundation of two evolved individuals. The universe removes illusions first. Before destined people can reunite, every false belief about love must be stripped away. Ideas like love should never be hard, or if someone truly cared, they would never leave, or I must earn love, or I need someone to complete me. All these beliefs destroy authentic connection. Destiny dismantles these illusions, painfully but honestly. Every tear, every moment of longing, and every ache in your chest is part of the process. This clearing away is essential, because real love is not built on need or fear. It is built on awareness, choice, and growth. Destined love is not about needing someone to survive. It is about choosing them freely when you are already whole. The shift happens quietly. At some point, you stop needing them, and you stop chasing love out of fear or incompleteness. That is when destiny begins to move again, when both people can stand fully on their own, when love becomes a conscious desire instead of a survival tool. Alignment begins. Love in this form is no longer frantic, desperate, or dependent. It becomes calm, intentional, and steady, drawing the right people together. This is when the universe allows the paths of two souls to cross once more, prepared for authentic union. When destined people reunite, the experience feels very different from before. There is less anxiety, less fear, and less ego. The connection feels calmer, deeper, and clearer. Not perfect, but conscious. The games, manipulation, and uncertain. Why? That once clouded their bond fade away. What remains is recognition stronger than before. And even if they never return, the connection was still real. Not all destined relationships are meant to last forever. Some are meant to break generational patterns, awaken self-love, teach emotional resilience, or redirect the course of your life. Their purpose is not permanence, but transformation. Destiny often feels cruel before it feels kind because it prioritizes potential over comfort. It will break your heart before it lets you break your soul. It may remove people from your life before it allows you to lose yourself in attachment. The lessons may feel harsh in the moment, but clarity arrives with time. The one constant truth is this: when two people are truly meant to be together, they are forced to grow separately. Illusions are stripped away, shadows are confronted, and hearts are reshaped into healthier and stronger versions of themselves. Only after this process does destiny allow either reunion or redirection. But either way, no one comes out unchanged. If you are reading this and thinking of someone, let these words settle in your heart. If it is meant, it will return with peace, not anxiety. If it is destined, it will never ask you to betray yourself. It will only ask you to grow. And if it does not return, that too is a gift, guiding you toward the person you were always meant to become. Every separation, every moment of disorientation, and every painful lesson is a meaningful part of the journey. Destiny does not waste experiences. It prepares, shapes, and elevates, ensuring that when love arrives or redirects, you are fully ready to meet it with an open and evolved heart.